Yo, what's up? It's Edge Evolution. This is probably gonna be a quick video. I got ready for work and shit. But like, I was writing some shit the past 2 days about the Venus and Scorpio trying to Mars in Cancer, and what else was I looking at? The Uranus and Taurus, and the Libra Sun, and also the Neptune Pisces. Because before I get into this, I'm gonna give a perspective on transits, things like that. So like, anytime we're experiencing transits, like you could call it like the current energies within the world, aka like you could look at it as the zeitgeist, whatever is happening in the world, whatever types of things people are playing into, right? Which when I say the word zeitgeist, that gets into like more like it could be like more fabricated type stuff, but even within said fabrication, it's still catering towards energies that are going on in the sky, right? The different cycles and shit that which we track and call astrology, right? So with that being said, as it's just energy floating around in the sky, you could pick up on that and create a character around it, create a trait around it, depending upon how it matches towards your specific energy that you carry within your natal chart, right? My bad, I started getting like up here and shit, my heart's beating, I just drink coffee, so like my dog's fucking, yeah, but they feel you, but yeah, so transits and shit, it's like you could catch an orb of awareness, aka pick up on a trait and act that trait out that you might not necessarily previously had access to, or just because you didn't necessarily see it, right? You didn't necessarily see the situation that which that trait within you could be brought forth, right? But then within a certain transit, it brings out certain traits within you, right? If you allow it to. And through that, you're able to encapsulate something, be like, oh, I can do this? Oh yeah, I got this skill. I'm able to, you know, like bring forth a creative idea and actually execute it, or like I'm able to like maneuver my way around certain conversations and shit, just like etc., right? That type of shit. Oh damn. So it's like we pick that up on a daily, right? And if those examples don't click, think about it like this. If it's damn, it's cold. If it's some shit that happened to you that would be like trauma inducing or whatever the fuck, that shit happened probably because you carry some shit that matches that shit, right? Natally, meaning in your birth chart, that which you carry the certain alignments of energy and perspectives that you carry within your being that you had since birth, right? But also, like, as I was saying before, like certain transits and shit bring out certain traits within you, certain transits set the scene, and your character is the natal chart that which you carry, right? So like if you was like in a trauma situation, you might have a certain perspective that's like catered towards however the transits are at play, meaning there might be like a moon square Saturn transit going on, right? And it's giving you like senses of like oh, I need to do this so I can be emotionally safe, and if I don't do this, then I'm gonna be fucking out on the streets, and I'm a fucking, which is like can be real things, right? Can be real things to consider, but also like it could be a tendency to play into that type of archetype, even if that type of situation wouldn't even be coming into play, right? So it's the type of thing of like, you could encapsulate that orb of awareness, that train of thinking, right? And tack it onto your being, and then carry that transit within you throughout the rest of your days. And it plays out as like a train of thought that like you go back to, and you're like fucking, like, oh, but I can't do this because this thing happened, and I don't know, which is all just like you upholding some shit that isn't necessarily in the current moment, right? AKA playing into patterns, trauma, shit like that. But yeah, I wanted to kick that just so like to get your mind like in a type of perspective where you're looking at transits and things as they naturally are, as just like things that are happening, and you can encapsulate it, or you could be like play into it a little bit and be like, I actually don't like that. Let me fucking next thought type of thing, right? But then again, to even be attracted to a certain type of transit, it gives you the types of eyes to look at certain attributes of beliefs that's what you carry to even be attracted to said thing, right? So even if you don't like some shit, don't take it hard and like being hard on yourself, but like, oh, why did I do this? Why did I? Just be like, oh, okay, I did this because X, Y, and Z reasons. And do I really want to feel that way? Nah, not really. So how do I change my allotment of energy from being in that space to this other space that I wish I would like to be in? Right? So it's just like, you gotta, because people be thinking like, and this is me too at times, before I got into the shit I'm into, like, just because like, you think or feel a certain way, like that's the way shit is type of thing, right? But like, it's crazy that people think that way, because it's like common knowledge that you can change your mind about something, right? You can have a change of heart about something, right? So why the fuck is it not necessarily deemed as doable to do that shit manually? To change the code within your own being manually. That's fucking natural, bro. Because you decide what you want to do, right? You wake up in the morning, you decide what you want to eat, right? So why don't you wake up in the morning and decide what you want to feel, right? Granted, shit could be harder than just me saying these words. I know it. But like, it's the application which counts. Once you take those steps, you're like, oh, I did take some steps. Yeah. Now you got enough courage to take some more steps, But anyways, I'm gonna go back inside, get the fucking notebook out and shit. Rocco. But I gotta delete some videos on my phone because I hope this whole video records. Anyways. Alright. We here. We never left. I started writing this on 10/15. Today is 10/17. And I wrote some last night too. I don't even know I did write something yesterday. Anyways, I already told y'all this stuff. Venus in Scorpio, Sun in Libra, Mars in Cancer. I start talking about Uranus and Taurus, and then Neptune and Pisces. That shit. Oh, it's also the full moon right now. So like this is a little offering. This energy is the subconscious wiring you have created in relation to how much you value yourself / the motivation of connection to your various allotments of energy. A craft, relationship, routine, etc. being put on display. Meaning like however much you pour into something and see that thing as important is like what's being shown through your character right now. As the undercurrents of connection formulate the use of Mars in Cancer by the way of it going for comfort zones where not much tenacity is used, and if it is, it's to stay stagnated. Or the undercurrents, Venus Scorpio, can act as inclinations to upkeep a desired emotional space in a cyclic manner, meaning you naturally know how to keep an emotional body moving / fit / up to the standards of living you would like, right? So it's just like, I know I like to feel a certain way, right? So I'm going to take actions that cater to that thing in the sense of it upkeeps that space and makes it like be easier for me to tap into. Okay, so like, let's say I like to feel happy, right? And I like to feel lighthearted. Why the fuck would I go act like a dick to somebody, right? It's as simple as that. You can apply that to any form of emotions and shit like that. Granted, sometimes you gotta be a dick to some people. But that's a different conversation. Is it though? I gotta leave for work soon, so it is a different conversation. I'll get into that another time. Meaning you naturally know, so keeping shit in a cyclic manner depending on whatever emotional state you like to be in, right? The sun in Libra is the mediator of this said internal regulation of your waters, putting exhibition on your ability to value self and how you choose to soothe those areas with your own mix of logic, laughter, creativity, etc. Whatever you do to like alleviate certain sticky spots you have within yourself due to whatever it's due to, right? And then like, as I said before, just keep that cyclic nature going, or like whatever you want to build from, right? Because a lot of times shit could be, this is going back to like that stagnation part of like the Mars and Cancer, like shit could be built upon on an emotional level by shit that you don't even necessarily want to do. It's just there. That emotion is just there based upon like routines of you going to that emotion and taking actions that anchor that emotion in, which could look like fucking trauma signatures, coping mechanisms, shit like that. So it's like you do this shit regardless. It's just like, where do you want to do this shit at, and what instances of the emotional realm, what stances within the emotional realm, what internal stances you take, that which you build upon from, right? Also with Neptune trying to Venus and Scorpio and Mars and Cancer and making a sextile to Uranus and Taurus, we're able to encapsulate awarenesses of what emotional states lead us to take certain actions. As Uranus is the anchor point for the water kite, meaning it's the Venus, Scorpio, Cancer, Mars, and then the Neptune and Pisces, right, making a triangle, right? And then boom, the Uranus and Taurus opposite the Venus and Scorpio, making a kite figure, right? As Uranus is the anchor point for the water kite, we're able to see different avenues we take as spirits to fit into certain characters and build resource with through our own understanding / ability to make sense of our position amongst the collective and how we view our 1-2. You know, getting your 1-2 on, like making sure your own natures and like life is in order, and fucking, y'all know what that means. AKA how we are able to make ends meet both survival wise and pleasure wise, as we were speaking of Taurus. This energy gives fuel to find your own accord within the spaces which you frequent. Due to the Sun and Juno conjunct in Libra acting as a facilitator of your wills and a guide to know what criteria suits your authentic path forward. Meaning, due to your own knowledge of emotional alignments, you are able to sense when somebody matches or doesn't match, therefore allowing you to see avenues of harmony or disharmony, giving greater sights towards how you wish to function in the world. And I'm gonna leave y'all with that because I gotta go to work, you know. But yeah, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I'm posting this one on the gram and the YouTube, bro. Alright, peace. Bro, my body and like my mind and shit, like it ain't together on the outros, bro. But I'm gonna get that shit. Alright, peace.